Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session. So, in this particular video, we are going to have a small discussion about the Arduino Uno board, right? So, let's go over the main parts of the board one by one, right? So, the first thing we'll look at is the USB port, which is this gray area over here, right? So the USB port allows you to connect your Arduino to your computer using a USB cable. It lets you upload your code to the board, and it also helps you to power the board when you are working like straight from the laptop or in the computer you are using, right? This black thing here is the power jack, right? So if you have an adapter, so like a 9-volt adapter that fits to this jack, you can connect it to power the Arduino when you are done with like coding it. Next thing we look at is the microcontroller itself. So this black thing over here is the microcontroller chip, right? So this is the chip that stores your code. It runs your program and also controls everything. So all these pins you are seeing here, they are just extensions of these individual pins that are coming from the microcontroller to make it easier for you to use, right? The pins at the top here are the digital pins, right? These are input-output pins. What that means is that you can set the pin to be an input or you can set it to be an output. So we use these pins to connect to components like our LEDs, our buttons, and our buzzers, right? So when we say it's a digital pin, what we mean is that it allows us to read a digital signal. And a digital signal exists between two states, right? It's either on or off. So the Arduino operates with 5 volts. So it means that the pin is either at 0 volts or it's at 5 volts. Right? These digital signals can either be read, which means that we can receive them from external devices, or we can write, which means that we can send the signal to external components that are connected to the digital pins. The analog pins are used for reading analog inputs, right? So an analog input is basically an analog signal. So an analog signal gives you more detailed data compared to a digital signal. So if for digital, we are just dealing with like two extremes, like on and off, 0 or 5 volts, right? The analog signal is continuous. So instead of just switching between two states, which is like on and like 0 and 5 volts, it allows you to go through the entirety of the range. So from 0 to 5 volts, so 0 volts, 1 volt, 2 volts, like all the voltage that is like in between everything. We also have the power pins that enable you to power the system. We have the ground pins that provide like a common ground. V-in that allows you to power the Arduino system. The 5 volts and 3.3 volts that allows you to provide power to components in the system. Over here we have a reset button that allows you to reset the code that is running on your system. It's basically like a restart button. It makes your system to restart itself and start running the code from scratch.